It's that time of year again, time where the roller coaster enthusiasts put out their top 25 roller coasters video. This one is no different. I'm also going to include defunct roller coasters in this one. With that being said, let's roll the intro. Starting off this list, we have Timber Terra at Silverwood Theme Park. The CCI coaster has an L-shaped out and back layout that goes alongside US 95. It does offer a nice view of the mountains and surrounding area of Idaho. At number 24, we got American Eagle at Six Flags Great America. This racing wood coaster was built by Intamin. I'm going to lump both sides together for the purposes of this video, even though I count them as separate coasters. The sides are pretty similar, but the red has more airtime, especially this one moment after the helix. For that reason, I prefer a red side over the blue. It is really unfortunate that it doesn't race anymore. At number 23, we have Flight of Fear at Kings Island. This premier indoor launch coaster probably has one of the most themed queues I've stood in. It's a pretty fun ride, where most of the coaster takes place in pitch darkness. At number 22, we have Canyon Blaster at Las Vegas Adventure Dome. This indoor aero looper is pretty good. They really hit their stride with this one. It feels much faster than it really is because you're inside and you're really close to all the elements and stuff. Although I did find it a tad uncomfortable, but not any more than other aeros. At number 21, we have X-Flight at Six Flags Great America. This BM wing coaster is pretty fun. It packs 5-inch versions one after another, and it saves the best for last. An inline road that goes right through an air traffic control tower that was supposedly at O'Hare International Airport. At number 20, we have Banshee at Kings Island, a B&M invert. This was probably one of my more controversial opinions. I was super impressed with it. Sure, it has great things like the inline roll at the very end, but I probably didn't ride it at its best because the 3 days I was at Kings Island, it didn't really get above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. With that being said, I'd love to give it another chance in better conditions, see if it moves up in my rankings or not. At number 19, we have Tremors at Silverwood. The CCI Woody has a twister layout and features several tunnels, including one that goes under a gift shop that you exit through. It's pretty fun. There's some good airtime, but it's really lacking because they removed the buzz bars for the 2020 season. At number 18, we have the King of Rock, Elvis Presley's favorite coaster, Zippin' Pippin' at Bay Beach Amusement Park. This gravity group coaster is pretty smooth except in the turnarounds where the train shakes noticeably. It has really good floor hills going out, but it's nothing compared to what hits you near the very end of the ride. The ejector Death Hill. At number 17, we have Viper at Six Flags Great America. This roller coaster is the only one ever to be built by Six Flags in-house. It offers some good airtime and it's much smoother than American Eagle. It's all in all a really good ride. Fun for the whole family. In fact, it's one of the first coasters I rode at Six Flags Great America. At number 16, we have Raven at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. This CCI Woody is the worst coaster at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. This is still really good. It could be a contender for best at any park. The turnover like Rudolph is really fun, and weaving in and out of trees, especially at night, is one really good night ride. At number 15, we have our only defunct coaster, Vortex at Kings Island. This one's a special one to me because I didn't get the chance to ride Shockwave at Six Flags Great America. I'm pretty sad that Kings Island removed it because I had fun on it and it had a lot of records. And it's also one of the most photogenic rides I've ever seen. I'm kind of excited to see what Kings Island replaces it with. At number 14, we have Thunderbird at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. This is the only B&M launched wing coaster in the world and is a very good ride. The launch is pretty forceful And the near miss element with the barn on the inline roll is great, and the thematic launch with the flickering lights and the fog is a spectacle to see. And number 13, we have the Beast at Kings Island. This is pretty fun, especially at night when you can't really see where you're going. I don't know if Orion has changed it because I haven't ridden it since 2019, but it's pretty fun. Any double helix is really fun and probably my favorite element of the entire ride. It's also really historical and holds the longest roller coaster record. Number 12, we have Diamondback at Kings Island. This B&M hypercoaster is a great ride. It's filled with a lot of airtime hills, and many people have it listed as their favorite hyper. I can see why. Unfortunately, when I went to Kings Island, it didn't get above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so not the best conditions. But you go out into the forest and you do get great views of the park, going up the lift hill and returning. Not to mention the only splashdown found on the B&M Hyper. At number 11, we have Lost Coaster, Superstition Mountain at Indiana Beach. This CCI Woody is one really weird ride, to put it lightly. It formerly was a dark ride that was converted to a coaster because why not? And because it's so strange and you get really insane laterals, that's why it's this high, and it's probably the most fun, smaller family type roller coaster I've ever been on. Starting off the top 10, we have Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great America. This B&M invert is really whippy and has several intense moments. It is one of the two coasters I have lost partial vision on, the other being Vortex at Kings Island. I even have my feet go numb on this. I don't know if it was due to the cold or if it's just that intense. This coaster gets a lot of hate for being cloned a lot, but it's a really good clone in my opinion, and it's a really fun, compact ride. At number 9, we have Max Force at Six Flags Great America. This S&S compressed air launch coaster is very short. The launch is great, and the double inverting Dog's Tongue and Barrel Roll are really good inversions. Many people grade out on the turn leading into the barrel roll, which is my second favorite inversion. A lot of whip on it, and there's a good amount of hang time on the Dog's Tongue. Coming in at number 8, we have Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom. This Chance Rides Hyper GTX is not the biggest or the fastest, but it is quite a lot of fun. There is a ton of airtime on this, like slapping the restraints with your thighs, bruising them, airtime. I do not know why more parks haven't invested in these rides. They're fun, compact, and not a huge investment compared to other roller coasters. Number 7, Cornball Express at Indiana Beach. This CCI wood coaster is one unique ride. Why is a roller coaster with such unimpressive stats this high? Because of the airtime and laterals. The double helix at the very end of the ride has some really good laterals, and the airtime is good in the front and the back. The back has better airtime on the first drop, but the front has better airtime overall. And Mr. Staples, if you're listening, please don't get rid of the buzz bars. It would ruin this ride. Number 6, The Legend at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. This roller coaster is like a taller, faster, and better version of Cornball Express. There's a good amount of airtime. The laterals are even stronger than on Cornball. The night rides are pitch black. Holiday World recently retracted this ride, so the rides I had during Holiday Nights 2020 were pretty smooth. Number 5, Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America. This B&M Hyper gets a lot of hate because it's, quote, not a true hyper because it's not an out and back layout, end quote. But this one-of-a-kind hyper twister coaster is great, but you have to ride it in the back. The airtime on the first drop is completely out of your seat during the entire duration of the drop. There's a little airtime on the Camelback Hill, but it's neutered by the dreaded trim brake. You also get some good airtime coming off the mid-course and the hill just afterwards. There's some pretty good laterals in the figure 8 finale. Number 4, Goliath at Six Flags Great America. This RMC Topper Track is the best ride at Great America in my opinion. This coaster gets a lot of hate for being really short, but the first drop was probably my favorite out of any coaster. The dive loop was good, but the best element is the 0G stall. It's my favorite inversion overall. The airtime hill can be pretty surprising too. It caught me off guard my first time I rode it in the Great America official POV. If you listen carefully, you can even hear the upstop wheels. Number 3, Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. This GCI coaster has several low to the ground airtime moments. It is one of the most well-paced roller coasters I've been on and uses its small plot land very well. It is, in my opinion, the best ride at Kings Island. I haven't made it out to Ride Orion yet, so when I go back there, we'll see if we can take for best ride from Mystic. Number 2, Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom. This RMC iBox conversion is not real tall or fast, but has some of the strongest airtime I've been on. Almost every hill tries to throw you from the train. The barrel roll drop offers a very good, unique element for a first drop, but my favorite element on this is the trick trap double up near the end of the ride. Any guesses as to what number 1 could be? Coming in to finish off this list, we have the SNS 4D free spins. Just kidding. It's the Voyage. Was there any doubt? This is one incredible ride. It's long. The first third is like that of a hypercoaster. We have airtime hills going out. The second third, aka the Spaghetti Bowl, is great. You have laterals from side to side and it's just throwing you from left to the right. And the final third feels just as fast as the first third. If you haven't already, get out there during Hollywood Nights where they turn off the mid-course brake run. Even if I didn't get trimless rides, this would still be my number 1 roller coaster overall. So, that's my list. What's your list like? Were you surprised by the placement of any of these? Before I end the video, I would like to take this time to thank Canopy Coaster, the Quacken's Coaster Channel, Airtime Thrills, James C., Park Pros, Millennium Force Man, Justice League Battle for Metropolis Expert, Panic at the Dispatch, and Theme Park POV for letting me use their footage. Without them, this video would not be possible. Links to their channels and videos will be in the description. So that concludes my video. If you liked it, be sure to drop a like, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing for more roller coaster content. I'll see you guys in the next one.